Got it. Got it.
God.
Jake, hear you. Lord willing.
All right, Shalom. Hey, first and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone who really teach well, and salutations to the brethren pushing forth this word in truth and in sincerity. All right, this is Brother Yahweh Allah from Chicago, visiting the brothers out here in Columbus.
Khan Tazwan.
Khan. Through spirit, Lord had us here, meet up and shit, and through spirit, feed the sheep, man. Because it's beautiful. The scriptures talk about it's a beautiful thing when brethren dwell in unity, and we said for the defenders of the gospel, man. This is our duty, this is our job, and we're setting the record straight, with all the lies that have been put out here according of what the scriptures say, of who God is, everything. And today we're going to, Lord willing, get into these precepts about, slavery coming to the other nations that are outside of the nation of Israel. Okay, that's something that the Christian nor the Catholic Church preach, man. None of them do. Okay, which goes to show that they're not really in the spirit of the scriptures, man. All right, so Lord willing, this be an edifying lesson, man.
All right, Khan. We're gonna begin at Isaiah 60 and starting at 9. It says, "Surely the isle shall wait for me in the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them."
Right, and that wait right there, that's where they get that word waiter, because they're waiting on you, like they're serving you. The other nations, are gonna serve, and this is the time after that of King Solomon, man. After the glory that we had with King David. Okay, so when did this happen? All right, it's still the time to come. Right.
Khan. It says, "Unto the name of Yahweh thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he have glorified thee." Verse 10.
And that land backs with that Romans 9, where it says there be two vessels, all right, and one he's gonna glorify, he's gonna beautify, okay, and the other one is the vessels for destruction, man. So the Lord has always been with his people, and he's gonna glorify them, all right.
Verse 10. It says, "And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee."
Right. We've been in captivity, in and out of captivity, but that's what he promised to his people. It's not, he didn't chasten us for destruction, all right, but for a punishment, man. And the latter end is that they're going to get set up and be put on high. Like it says in Deuteronomy, it says these be a people above the rest of the people, man. Okay? And the Lord gonna set all this in order, man.
Yep, and like it said, sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. The strangers going into the other heathen nations, they're going to be the ones who are going to be the labor, all right, in building our kingdom, as we were for them. You see, going into 1700s, who was building up America? Jake. All right, you had Jake, who came from the west coasts of Africa, the shores of Africa, who came over here to serve slavery, to help build up Esau, Edom's kingdom, free labor. The same thing gonna happen to us, Lord willing.
That's right.
Verse 11, it says, "Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles."
Right. Bringing all their goods and from the other nations, man. They're gonna have to be in subjection. Okay. This is a scripture that says in 2nd Ezra 6, it tells you that that we all come from Adam, but also the people which the Lord has chosen. All right. It says because he had made the world for our sakes. Okay. At the end of the day, these other nations are given over to idols right now. They're not serving the true creator of heaven and earth, man, the true living power. Okay. So they got to be humbled, man. They got to be put in their place, and then we'll teach them the ways of righteousness, man.
Yeah, what's that, Isaac?
But right now, the word has rested upon Jacob. You got it, brother.
Yeah, just a little footnote, because a lot of people ask question, well, why would the Lord do that? Why would the Heavenly Father set a people above all the other people on the face of the earth? Because He wants to. Because He can. When you read Psalms 115, it goes into it. He say He does whatsoever He pleases.
Right.
You know, there's no questioning Yahweh Shema Shai His decisions. You got it.
Which shows how hypocritical the people are, because they'll be like, oh, well, that's, how can He put a nation over another nation? But you love the self-proclaimed white man being over you, man. These Edomites, man.
Right.
You don't have no problem with them being over you because they allow you to do your wickedness, man. Okay? But that's always in any kingdom. Any kingdom, there's going to be a ruling class people and there's going to be subjects. That's always how it's been the case. And the Lord never lied about it. So you got lied to by your pastor. And that's what the people don't understand, man. The Lord has always been for His people, man.
Come. It says, and that their kings may be brought. Verse 12, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
That's it, man. And these are prophecies that haven't been completed yet. What it say in Revelation that the testimony of Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, His testimony is the spirit of prophecy, man. All right, He even said it Himself. He said He didn't come to destroy the law or the prophets. All right, so not to destroy any of the prophecies that came out, man. It says to all be fulfilled. So these prophecies here have not happened yet, man. Right now, the wicked are in authority, and when the Lord comes back, He still got to take all the crowns, man.
Verse 13, it's that the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. Right, so all the precious, victuals or resources are gonna come, all right, and beautify the place of Yahweh Shema Shai's sanctuary. And like I said, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. What He say? The earth is my footstool. All right. So Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna beautify what? The land of Israel again. All right. We keep going in this, or
that was it. You jumped to another one.
All right, come.
I got one real quick.
Come.
It's Revelations 5 and 10. Is Revelations 5 and 10. It says, I'm starting at 9. Run through it real quick. It says, and they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for Thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yahweh by Thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. All right, that's because Israel was scattered, and that's also a prophecy that these Christians and these Catholics hate to bring up, that the Lord said He was going to scatter us amongst all the nations, and from them be delivered, man. Be called us out of it. All right. Verse 10, this is the point. It says, and has made unto our Salakia, and has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. It says we shall reign on the earth, man. That's that footstool again. We're gonna take it over, man. Set it in order again.
That's the spirit. I'm gonna read 14. Isaiah 16:14 says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee, who afflicted us, beginning with the chief of them, the nation of Edom. All right, the Hamites, the Ammonites, all right, so on and so forth. All heathen nations have had a piece of the nation of Israel, so to speak. It says, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. Right, they're going to reverence us. All right, they're going to serve us, man, like the scriptures say. All right, you Christians, do you get it? This is in the Bible. All right, and this is not for faking, like the elder bro mentioned. This is a prophecy that hasn't come to pass yet. Cause why? We ultimately got to bend to who? Esau, Edom. We got to serve him. We're in captivity under him now. All right, but in due time, the Lord's going to reverse the roles. All right, and they're going to serve us. That's just the way it is. It says that they despise thee shall they All they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. All
That's
right.
it. And right there is straight up letting you know that the people that are going to be served, the people that are going to be, going to have authority is the nation of Israel. All right. So the Lord has not done away with his people. Okay.
Con.
And you go all throughout the scriptures, this is a side note, but you go all throughout the scriptures, it shows you that not only is the Most High and his son people of color, of darker complexion, but even the disciples, man. Okay, even the apostles. Okay, so this is not, a European book, man. So-called self-proclaimed white person book, man.
Con.
Okay.
Yep. Just jumping off from that Isaiah 60 to this Jeremiah 30 real quick. It says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. Like we mentioned, who devoured the nation of Israel? When you read we said in Jeremiah the 9th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, it said nothing has been done like it has been done to the nation of Israel, roughly paraphrasing. All right. No other nation has suffered like we have suffered. Of course, it was for a cause, but as a whole, the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, has suffered way more and far greater punishments and captivities than any other nation on this planet.
Right. They don't even know how many people they killed when they first got to this land, man. They try to downplay it. They'll say it was like 50 million since 1492. But they got other accounts. It was up to 100 million people, man. And that's a gang of people to kill, man. You got these these JOOs crying over 6 million?
6 million.
But what about the genocide that happened in the land of the Americas, man? 100 million people, bro. That's a lot of people, and that shows that perpetual hatred that Esau Edom has had towards our people. This is a generational thing. They had to be in them, in their core to hate on our people, man.
Hey, and it's a spiritual mission that because it's a beloved brother in Louisiana. And I was talking to that brother, and he made mention like it was a job site he was working on where they was digging up bones, man. They end up digging up old corpse from the times of Esau Edom coming over here and pillaging the Native American Indians and them northern tribes, man. So this America is just a big burial ground.
Yeah, there's new reports coming out. I just seen it today out there in Illinois. It's close to Chicago. That they found this dude with like 1,000 body part remains in his backyard, and they're just coming out with this. This is recent news.
Yeah,
like these people are just hateful, man. Full of hate, and it's the people of the Lord's curse, which they're the first ones. They're all these nations going into captivity, but starting with Esau Edom, man, the head of these wicked ass nations, man. The wicked nation, man.
And that's why in that Ezekiel 35 it said prophesy against Seir, against Mount Seir.
That's true.
Like these Edomites, man, like the elder bro made mention, have a perpetual hatred, which means a continual hatred even to this day. All right, rather it's it may not be as extreme, but it still is. All right, because they got Jake's mind now.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they needed Jake for that labor and all that, but once all that was said and done, they got Jake's mind.
Yeah.
All right, and whenever they get the chance to show that perpetual hatred, they do.
Yeah,
all right,
it's really worse right now. Cause now Jake, they got that Stockholm syndrome. They're fully given over to his mind, like that's their master. Like they do their father's will. Okay, and happily, man, and be upset with you when you don't do it. Back then at least you knew who you hated.
Right.
You know who was contrary, who was your enemy. Okay, but nowadays it's all confusion, man. You love your master. Your kids are given over to wayward ass doctrines like homosexuality, all this new vile affection BS. All right. And your women's and your daughters are given over to whoredom, man. and and people love to have it so, man. So it's really worse, man. They put that degenerate spirit upon our people, man, and they love to have it so, man. So though it's not physical and you getting messed up like that, like you really destroying. That destruction of our people is still there, man.
Hey, you made we talked about that yesterday. The movie I Clone Tyrone. It
Oh
goes
yeah.
to show you it's a perfect picture that they painted in that movie with Jake. How they still got Jake in them chains.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they got your diet. And the warfare isn't always got to be sword and shield. All right, or gun and Tommy gun, whatever. All
Right.
right, now it's more bioengineered war,
Right.
food wars. They spraying shit in the air. They doing shit all these little crafty shit that they be doing in the earth is what target Jake. That's why Jake got the high blood pressure, the diabetes, all these sicknesses and diseases, because all the things that Esau do is what contrary to our to how our body functions, etc.
Right.
So he's still catching bodies. All right, he just ain't, taking it, with force or killing people with force, so to speak.
That's right. That's right. Hey, that's why the Lord gonna be fully justified when he put him in captivity, man. All right, when he destroyed him.
God. It says, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Mm.
Right. And like we made mention, Psalms 83rd chapters tell you who our adversaries are. Our beloved King David show you who our adversaries are. When you read 2 Samuel, the 8th chapter, all right, what was our beloved King David doing? He was conquering all those nations, man. I already mentioned the Philistines, he mentioned Syria, he mentioned Edom, all right? Psalms, or Salakia, 2 Samuel, the 10th chapter, the Ammonites, all right? All the way into the point where when you go into Chronicles, if I'm not mistaken, it goes into how King Solomon, once our beloved David conquered all those nations, King Solomon made all those nations tributary.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he made all those nations tributary, and he set his people up, the nation of Israel, to be captains and officers of the army, etc. Same deal. All right, so these are all of our adversaries, man, from the beginning. It says, and they that spoiled thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey, right? So everyone who was looted, all right, and polluted and, stole from us, stole our goods, etc., spoiled us, all right, we're going to spoil them. All right, just like we read in Isaiah, the 60th chapter, the forces of the Gentiles going to come to us.
Mm-hmm.
We need all that, man. All right, because, hey, the Elder Road made mention, hey, the world was made for our sakes at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't own a damn thing, you heathen nations. We gonna own you.
Right.
We're gonna inherit you. That's Psalms 2.
Yeah. That shit right now, the heathens are fucking it up. Mm-hmm. You got the water defiled, you got the food defiled, the air defiled, the people's mind is defiled.
Mm-hmm.
So you need a new manager, man. You need new management. Like the scriptures say in
Sirach 10.
Sirach.
I can get that for you real quick.
Shop. In due time, man, the Lord who created the heaven and earth is gonna set order in His place again.
This Sirach 10, I'm sorry, at the top. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Right. I'll read that from the top one more time. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people. A wise judge. All right. But see, Esau Edom, he isn't a wise judge. It said, in the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Right. A man who looks into the future. All right. Who foresees the future, so to speak, and moves likewise in order for things to be efficient and run correctly. It says, verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Right. So like here in America, what was being pushed? Homosexuality, all these perverse and degenerate things. Why? Because Esau ultimately himself is a perverse and degenerate man. And he pushes it on the people. All right, and makes the people the forefront of, all this wickedness that we see. But behind closed door, he try to act like he's all merry and holy and shit. But he's the one who like I said, the forerunner of all the wickedness we see on the earth.
Yeah, that and also the killings, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody knows
Yeah.
that America goes to the other nations and fucks up the other nations and steals their resources. That's like common knowledge. Like that's you know, what they call it, like household information and shit. Like,
Right.
say you got household names or household terms, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You know, but that's accepted right now. But that's what you see in the streets too, man. You know, people killing each other. You know, robbing and stealing. That's prevalent. But that's what the rulers do, man. They go to the other nations. They steal all the natural resources. You know, on that America spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Verse 3, it says, an unwise king destroyeth his people. I mean, come on, man. Look at Esau, the so-called white man. He's destroying everybody. Spraying chemtrails in the air. The water's tainted. GMO foods. All right? He's destroying even his own people, man. Hey, look at Esau's middle class. All right? The you know, the mediocre family and all that. They complaining and they fucked up. Esau, hey, but that's the spirit, because Deuteronomy 32 goes into that. The curses that were upon us gonna go upon the heathen, and they feeling the effect of that now.
That's right. Hey, so if we went into captivity, that means they going into captivity.
Plain. It says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Right. Like I said, the prudence. You know, going to prudence is pretty much you care or think of the future. You know what I'm saying? Or generations to come, so to speak.
Looking at the evils,
Right.
You know, ahead of time
Right.
and avoiding it.
Exactly. So you know you doing what you got to do to keep your society or whatever you running being efficient or sufficient. It says on verse 4, it says the power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And who's going to be that profitable one? Yahweh Shai. All right, when Yahweh Shai comes down and like the elder bro mentioned, put all these other nations in subjection and takes all them crowns, what? The earth will profit, because everything will be what? In its correct order, in its right order. All right, everything will be flipped right side up, because with Esau, Edom, everything's flipped upside down. All right, the earth is not yielding its true increase. Like we may mention, he polluted the water, he polluted the air. Everyone's sick. Even look at the people. The people aren't even well bodied enough to keep this place running. And if they are, they hurting and doing so. You know, like I said, the field I'm in, you know, you got old timers who've been doing this thing 20, 30, 40 years who just done. And it isn't no generation under them who are ambitious enough to keep this society running. Nobody want to go to Esau's military or work Esau's blue collar jobs and shit that is a foundation of, you know, a society and, you know, keeps it moving and sufficient. You know, so hey, we watching Esau's kingdom crumble before our eyes, man.
Right. Because this is not a righteous kingdom. You have more on that?
That was the point.
Just to back you up real quick, I got two real quick. Is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And there's mourning all around. Everybody complaining they don't get paid enough. You know, like shit. Everything we've been saying: the food, the air, the water, the condition of the people, the degeneracy. All right, because wicked people are in authority, man. And in due time, which is coming up soon, the Lord's gonna come back to visit the world which He made, man. Okay, and in Job 9:24, it tells you that the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. So the Lord has allowed them to, you know, do their thing for a short period, so they can mount up their wickedness, so that the Lord could ultimately come back justified and destroy them, man. You know, because you're seeing the fruits of the wicked, man. You got homosexuality, women out of order, all right, selfishness, covetousness, you know, adultery, idolatry. You know, the list goes on and on. All forms of abomination, man. Certain things, man, it's a shame to even mention, man.
Yeah.
You know, the things that they do in secret, okay? But that way you have a clear picture of what not to do, man. You know, the fruits of being wicked.
Yeah, that's why this place America gonna be completely destroyed. You know, like we read in Peter's, it said Sodom and Gomorrah was an example on how to not to live ungodly. Same thing with here. And what the wickedness and the sins and iniquities that goes on in this place far exceeds Sodom and Gomorrah. This is a whole country. I mean, really a whole world of wickedness. You know, because what Esau he rules the earth that we are in right at this present moment. You know.
We got another one real quick. Is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 23. It says, "But every man in his order, Hamashiach," which is, whom the world ignorantly calls Christ. It says, "But every man in his order, Hamashiach, the first fruits, after they that are Hamashiachs that is coming. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to Yahweh, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power." So when the Lord comes back, he's taking crowns, man. Can't nobody call themselves a country when the Lord comes back. All right? Can't nobody call themselves a sovereign nation anymore when he comes back. Verse 25, it says, "For he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet." All right? So the Lord going to put his people on high, all right, that are with him. We read that Revelation 6, we shall reign upon the earth. All right, so he's going to reign with his people, okay? But everybody else who's not with the scriptures, he said, he who's not gathering is scattering. He said, he that would not that I reign over him, bring them hither and slay them before me. And you read that in the Spanish, and if you go into the Hebrew, that word slave really means to decapitate.
Yeah, all the way.
These are things you're not going to read that you're not going to hear in the Christian church, in the Catholic church. All right, the Lord is a man of war, man, and he's coming back for them crowns and to set up his people.
Yeah, I got one for you. Daniel 7 and 13. It says, "I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven." Who was he speaking of? Yahweh Shai. Like he said, he's coming with the clouds of heaven, those chariots. All right, when you read on Matthew the 24th chapter and the 30th verse on down, it goes into how Yahweh Shai is going to come with them clouds and do his delivering. All right, it says, "And came to the Ancient of Days," speaking of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, "and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed." Yeah, so I don't know what IUIC talking about. Gog and Magog gonna rise up and try to wage war in the kingdom again after the 1,000 years. No, man. The hell out of here. Yahweh Shai's kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, man. Once Yahweh Shai comes in his glory, it's over. It's wraps. All right, he's going to put down all authority and all rule. All right, and he's going to be set up on high and be the King of kings and Lord of lords, man. All right.
What it says, that the Lord shall no longer carry us into captivity.
Come.
So that's going to be forever, man. I got one to back you up real quick. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37. And I'll go straight to the point. Well, it's a little bit here. It says, Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 26. It says, "Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them." Who's that them? Because right here, that covenant of peace is everlasting, man. It's going to last forever. All right? There's not going to be no more, rising up against Israel, man. All right? It says, "And I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore." He's talking about that them. Who's that them? It's going to tell you in the last verse 27, it says, "My tabernacle also shall be with them, yet I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, Yahweh, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore." And that's that them, Yasharallah. Okay? The Lord's going to be with his people, and everybody else, are going to be on the outside, man, serving.
Okay. It's beautiful. So you got anything else you want to jump to? I'll say I got this Isaiah 14.
Con,
And,
yeah, you get that, Isaiah.
Con. This Isaiah 14 at the top. It says, "For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob."
Right. It says that the Lord is going to set them up, set Israel up in their land. Okay, not no Balfour declaration. Right, even that's prophecy. It says that a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. All right, what said in Ezekiel 37 that the enemy shall take your land for a possession, and that's Esau, Edom, man. So really, whoever took that land, whoever the Lord didn't set up there, are Edomites, man. Okay, and when the Lord set them up, them strangers is going to be those dispersed Israelites, man. All right, they became strangers, but came back to the commonwealth welfare, man. Okay, keep going.
It says, verse 2, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were."
Right, and the other people, that's talking about the heathens, man. You know, and whoever had us in captivity, they're gonna go into captivity, like it says in Baruch. Miserable be the cities that had thee, man.
Yep. It says, "And they shall rule over their oppressors." Right. Like I said, like we mentioned, who are oppressing us now? The nation of Edom.
Yeah.
All right, and all the other nations, because we got Jacob scattered all around the four corners of the earth. You got Jacob and all these Hamite nations and Moabite nations, etc., living under their society, under their rule, under their orders.
Yeah, they're all wearing a suit and tie, to show that who they're following, man. That's not their natural garments that they wear, because they're all following after the self-proclaimed white man, Esau, Edom. I got one real quick. This is the first book of Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 10. "What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?" So all the nations, man, made money off our slavery, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the real Hebrew Israelites, when they went into captivity, that transatlantic slave trade, they all made hella money, and nobody called out for us, man. Nobody stood up and said, "No, this is wrong." Okay, everybody was with it. Okay, so whose captives we gonna take? Whose captives we were, man?
Right, hey, even like you said, it was with it. Just a little footnote. When you go into when the first temple was destroyed by the Babylonians, all right, who helped them? Esau. When you read the account in Psalms 137, Esau, Edom, he was there, all right, saying, cheering it on, raise it, destroy it, So hey, these nations are always been confederate against us, man. I always had an alliance, all right, and in the same spirit of trying to destroy the nation of Israel.
Yeah, through the spirit, that even shows that the modern day Babylon is Esau, Edom.
Yeah, because he said, "Oh, daughter of Babylon," who ought to be destroyed.
That's right.
Verse 3, it says, "And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve." Right now, it hasn't happened yet, because like the scriptures say, we subject to the payments. So we're still under them curses. We're still in that bondage. We're still in slavery, man, to this day. Jake's still breaking his back. All right, see, Jake, thought they had some type of freedom when the Emancipation Proclamation was on the scene with Abraham Lincoln. No, we were just transferred to one slave to another.
Right.
All right, to a more modern day slavery, from an ancient slavery, so to speak.
Yeah, they went from private ownership to public ownership. Like, it was the corporations that now have your Social Security. Now they're running your Social Security. You got to give it your number to be allowed to work, man.
That was the point of that.
We jump to that Revelation.
Grab a feet right now. Right, yeah, jump in here, man. By the way, this, when you read it in the account, it's in red letter. All right. So Yahweh shies down with this. All right.
Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
This is Revelations 2, and I'm gonna start at 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Hold on, is that in the New Testament?
Yeah.
In the last book of the Bible?
God.
So what are these Christians talking about? Because they love to throw away the Old Testament and say they follow the New Testament. But what about this scripture right here?
God. It says, like I said, I will give, to him will I give power over the nations, man. Come on, man. Hey, Romans 8:16. We're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. We just read in Daniel the 7th chapter all the whole list of the things that Yahweh Shai is going to have in subjection or rule over. He said every nation, language, and tongue. All right, shall serve him. All right, and us being the Israelites, being joint heirs with them, we're going to be able to reap the same benefits, man. All right, Yahweh Shai is going to give us a piece of that, a piece of ruling over these nations, you know, and them serving us. It says on verse 27, it says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. Right, when you read Psalms, the 2nd chapter. Acts of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, man.
Shit, I got that right
Oh,
here.
yeah, God.
This is Psalms 2, verse, what is it, like 9? 8? Yeah. This is Psalms 2. I'm going to start at 6. It says, yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. So again, it goes back to Israel, man. This is not for everybody. Verse 7, it says, I will declare the decree. Yahweh saith unto me, hath said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee, which shows that Yahweh Shai has always been there. You know, the son. Verse 8, it says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. So the earth was made for our sakes, man, starting with Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, even he came in the flesh, all right, through the line of Judah, man. Okay, so he himself is an Israelite, all right, son of God.
It says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Right. Hey, what's that scripture? Pretty much prophesied to Yahweh Shai, ruling the nation, ruling with the rod of iron. I'll find it. But yeah, you know, like I said, he shall rule them with the rod of iron. What you do with a rod of iron? You bash heathens upside the head with it.
Yeah.
That sepulcher, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be nothing nice, man. It said it shall break them.
Yeah, it says, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
Yeah, gonna be broken down, man, completely. It's the same thing that they did to us, man. You know, even some things it's hard to look at. The things that they did to us. You see the different torture chairs, the different, the yokes of iron that they had on our necks, man. All that's coming on Esau Edom, man.
Yeah. Verse 28 says, and I will give him the morning star. Verse 29, he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Right, and these churches were comprised of what? Israelites, man. All right, all the churches that our beloved Paul went to, Yahweh Shai spoke to, all right, were of the nation of Israel, man. And that's it. You know, you got anything else you want to bring out?
We ended off with that Deuteronomy 12, 14, and 2.
Deuteronomy 14 and 2.
Because it's all going back to the beginning, how the Lord has set it up. You know, the Lord's going to put us above all these other nations. And like we read in Ezekiel 37, man, the whole world's going to know. They're going to have to recognize when they see the Lord only amongst his people, man. Yasharallah.
Deuteronomy 14 and 2. It's for thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy God. And Yahweh have chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth.
That's it, man. You know, and so that's how it was from the beginning, and that's how it's going to be in the end, man. All right. Yahweh Shem Yashai is with his people, and the other people are going to have to serve. You know, they had their run, you know. All these other nations, they had their own kingdom, but we've seen the fruits of it, man. All right, it didn't come to plenitude. All right, plenteousness. It didn't come to a peace. All right, there's always been wars. All right, there's always been corruption. There's always been robbing and killing.
Mm-hmm.
But when the Lord comes and He gets set up, then there shall be righteousness upon the earth, man. Then shall there be faith shall flourish, man.
God, and if I may, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
Esau knows that he's not fit to be king because he shows it in his movies.
Mm-hmm.
All his movies are comprised of what the earth or America being in a dystopian dystopian state. All right, where it's anarchy, it ain't peace, everything's destitute and desolate, or decrepit. You know what I'm saying? Broken and weakened.
Right.
You know?
Nuclear bomb hit
Right.
and shit.
You know?
People made bombs that have destroyed the whole earth, man.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of bringing forth life,
Right.
all right, they bring forth death, man.
Mm-hmm. Gone. Yeah.
So Lord got to get rid of them, man. You
Gone.
know? And so righteous is the Most High for putting them in captivity, man, where they should be, all right, till they learn to walk righteously. But Esau Edom, he got to go according to what is that? The book of Obadiah, the water. I was thinking Baruch for some reason. The book of Obadiah, it tells you there shall be none left of the nation of Israel, right? Because these are the
Edom.
wicked. Oh, the water,
Yeah,
brother.
God.
Slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
The nation of Edom, man. You know, should be none left, man, because these people are a plague to the world.
Yeah, cancer.
Yep, a virus.
Yeah. And what you do with cancer or cancerous cell or tumor, you got to completely get rid of it. Because if you don't, it'll spread and grow again. So that's what Esau, Yahweh Shai gonna do to Esau. He's gonna completely eradicate this devil off the face of the earth.
That's it.
Via fire, man.
Yeah, their ways are wayward. Their ways are cardinal. Their ways are perverse, man. You know, so it gotta be done away with, man.
Come, your pa.
You got anything else?
That's it, huh?
Con. Hey, so with that, I pray the brothers out there was edified. Like always, we're gonna end by giving all praises, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and salutations to the brethren also pushing forth this word once again in truth and sincerity. Until the next one, brothers, we say shalom.
Shalom.
And a Bible ball.
Baba Ball.